Oh, yeah, I know. Well, he's still trying to get in. Hello, everyone. This is Scratch and Jack, your host for Amazing Plastic Across the Pond Hangout. And Danny Monahan, I think you got to try in. You got to back out, come back in again, and maybe we'll see your picture. Amazing Plastic Sunday Hangout is a hangout for scale modelers of all shapes and sizes, genres, interests, and skill levels who belong to the Amazing Plastic Google Plus community, who like to share their tips and tricks with one another and to who'd like to share their tips and tricks and revel one another, okay, whatever. Moving on, we have somebody from, he's the Styrene Henchman, Heath Tompkins. How you doing, Heath?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
That's scary. That's pretty good.
As I said, the future's so bright, I got to wear shades.
So, what are you drinking there? What are you drinking there?
A coffee.
Oh,
it's a nice coffee.
I guess. Yes, it is morning. Coffee, of course. Somehow I thought it was some stouty, hoppy beer is what you're drinking. That's.
No. Actually, that's Thursday. That's Thursday when I get beer.
Thursday. I was just hoping that Australians drink a lot of beer. That's all.
Oh, we do. We drink a fair bit.
Mm-hmm. So today I went to get a haircut, and Jay said, "Which one?" And speaking of haircuts, how you doing, Danny?
What the? Is this a Carlin thing going on here?
It looks like Jay, his haircut followed a very specific method.
Explosion. I got a crew haircut with mutiny on the poop deck.
I've always wondered what the shape of your head looked like. Now I know. Now I can't. Now I won't be able to sleep for the rest of my life.
You're welcome, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, Danny, we haven't seen you in a long time, and here we are offending you.
It's fine. It's all the love you need, and when you're in the Amazing Plastic group,
So, what's been going on with you? Haven't been around.
I have been incredibly busy setting up my company, Deceptive Entertainment. We do audio podcasts. We do commercials for radio, Sirius, and a few other things. We also do live streaming on Twitch.tv, where I live stream PC gameplay and stuff like that. And my YouTube channel, trying to get that off the ground, and trying to start my paint company, my modeling paint company. I've been having a few setbacks with that, and I actually have been busy doing some models in my spare time, when I have any spare time. So I've also got a whole bunch of Christmas presents that came early for me. I've got the 172 Ki-43 Hayabusa.
Oh yeah.
From Husky.
Ooh, nice.
The 148 Mitsubishi Raiden, and the 148 Japanese Zero. And I've got those on top of a early production Tiger from Academy, and a Sherman, which is sitting in the paint booth behind me. I also did a display stand for it. Let me get it.
Okay, sure.
And while we're waiting, we'll have a brief message from Tenor Control.
The winter display base I did.
Oh, cool. Oh, that is so cool.
Pretty much it's just a generic display stand that I can put most of my military models on, so that when I do photos and that, I can just put them on there, and that's all it really is. It's just moss with some homemade snow and a few other things. So I have been busy. I have been busy building model kits and stuff and whatnot, and working on new airbrushing techniques for doing snow and sleet and a few other things. I've also been working on the TIE Fighter, the original TIE Fighter toy from the 70s. Been getting ready to repaint that. I'm actually waiting for an X-wing to get to me as well, which I bought on eBay.
Mhm.
And I'm going to be modifying it to look more similar to the newer X-wings from the movie. So that'll be fun. I've also been doing a bit of charity work, hence the Mohawk. I've been doing a little bit of charity work for the whole Movember thing. We had to grow a beard and whatnot. I went one step further, and there's a children's hospital up in Provo that deal with children's cancers and stuff. And there's a little boy in there who's got lymphoma, and his favorite color is purple. And he's a fan of my show on Twitch. So I went to visit him with my new puppy, and I shaved my head and I dyed my mohawk purple for him. And
Nice.
it cheered him up, and hence that's why I re-dyed my hair, because I'm going to be seeing him Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. I'm going back up there to see him and whatnot, give him some Christmas presents and stuff. So
Awesome.
I have been extremely busy, and I do greatly apologize.
Yeah, that's busy is good, but we miss you.
Yeah, I know. I've missed you all. I have missed you, Jack, especially you. Your laugh. Very contagious.
I miss my friend.
Oh, suck it up, Buttercup.
Suck it up, buddy. Oh, thanks very much. You're all nice to Jack.
Yeah. Well, Jack's the host. You got to be nice. So yeah, I have been extremely busy. I've been trying to. I had some issues trying to find a decent medium for my airbrush paints. As you know, Jack, I'm trying to make my own a series of airbrush paint kits.
Yeah, I'll be one of your first customers.
For sci-fi models, and a company I was dealing with, they sent me a test sample of the medium, the matte medium, to mix in the brush, so you got a nice even flow. But there was something with the medium, and it kept clumping up like clumps of grease. I mean, it got to the point where it was like this much medium, then the paint, and then my flow aid and everything else, and it just wasn't mixing properly. So that set me back a little bit. Also, I was trying to find a decent supplier of good applicator bottles. And so I found one on eBay. Unfortunately, they're from China, so it's going to take about a month for me to get my first set of bottles. And then once I get those in and sort out my medium issue, I will have a few test sample kits ready to go out for you, Jack, one for you, Jay, and a few other people here on the Amazing Plastic group and whatnot. So fingers crossed, I'll be starting to produce the kits on a regular basis for all you guys.
I'm going to, very cool. I'm going to see if I can share something. All right. This is a preview of what I was working on today, and I'm sure Neil Wooding would be happy to see this. And this is going to be a store.
Oh, wow.
So if you need, the way I'm going to arrange it according to my vendors.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to all be about, like, Jay's going to have a few things, Neil would have a few things, and it'll be under their quote-unquote company names.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I was working on. This is basically what it would look like when a new product comes out. And I haven't quite got down here to do some individual showing off of what's inside the website to buy. And this will be an area for a slideshow of the things being used, and possibly even people who want to contribute their own pictures to a slideshow of using the things. And of course, this is where the Workbench Hangout will be.
Mm-hmm.
So this is so far what I have. I'm going to put one more in here about our vendors. List of vendors.
Okay.
Merchandise will be one place, and of course the vendors and the merchandise will be another. And this is going to be for specialty things. This isn't something like out of the, how should I say, this isn't going to be your regular AMT kits. This is going to be, I hope to make this a little more particular. Mm-hmm. And I also have a Google Plus. See if I can bring that up. .com. Google Plus. It's the Google Plus is going to be sort of will be the entry point for the website, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, the gateway sort of thing.
Yeah, and this is going to be about more of a communal type of thing. This is probably where possibly the blogs will end up. I'm not sure yet. So this is the view of the Google Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, see, Neil's already saw it, so has Phil. And it's going to be for the enhancement of scale model workbenches everywhere. This is not just a hobby shop with regular benchmarks of scale model building, but a place to find unique and finely crafted kits and supplies for model builders and artisans alike. It is a spot where the hobbyist becomes a professional.
Mm. Are you going to get, oh God, Ralph Knegly and Lou?
Yeah, I haven't approached Ralph, but
Okay.
I certainly will at some point. This is just an introduction to what's going to happen in 2015. Jay and I have talked at length about this. So.
Yeah, I've been talking to a lot of sci-fi modelers, and I've still got to get with you, Jack, and with you, Jay, and you, Heath, and a few others about knocking out complete kits for, like, you know, the Enterprise, the original Enterprise, not J.J. Abrams, and so I can get the colors to match exactly. You know what I mean? Because I'm following the paint guides that are in the instructions, but the colors just don't look right to me, to my eye. So I want to get a general consensus to make sure I get the right colors in the set, in the paint sets. The sets will have a primer, so if you've already primed your model, you won't have to use the primer. But it's all water-based acrylics, and I'm trying to go for a zero smell, so you don't necessarily need a spray booth to use.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack.
So I'm trying to go for a zero toxic environment sort of thing. Which is what's making the paint formula really hard to nail down. Because sometimes, some matte mediums smell like rotten eggs for some bloody reason. Like, oh,
Danny, I've got formulas in 4 different types of paint that are the exact Federation colors. Okay. I will send them to you, and I can also put together some paint chips for you.
That would be great. That really would help me.
Because it's exactly the color that the original model was painted.
Because a friend of mine's got one of the. He works in an automotive body shop, so he's got one of the electric scanners. You just take the sample, and it gives me the red, blue, green variant I need. That's all I need for the mix ratio. So then that way I can start. And they will. The primer will come in a bottle about yay big. You're going to get a really big size bottle of primer.
That's cool.
I think that's important. A primer should always be big, not the same size as the paints.
Yeah.
But that's going to feed into the theme of today's show about what's ending and what's beginning. And I thought I gave it up pretty quick because I'm pretty excited about it. But let's continue on and meet our other participants here. Hi, James.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
I'm doing fine. Yeah. As I said, it's been pretty quiet in that today. Not a lot going on the bench, but I did get a new template yesterday for a project that I really am interested to want to do next year. And I'll just show one piece of the template there and see if you recognize what it is.
Something from Star Trek. Am I right? On the right track?
No.
Oh. Battlestar Galactica. That's not right.
No.
Would that be that would be Space 1999, wouldn't it?
Nope.
Huh.
The plot thickens.
Pardon?
It's not Lost in Space.
No, it's not Lost in Space.
Is it sci-fi? It's sci-fi?
It's sci-fi.
I'm gonna guess Mary Poppins.
It's the moon bus from 2001.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
you want to know what bites? I literally
complete with full interior.
Not just the greatest sci-fi movie of all time.
Yeah.
It hasn't hardly any script. It's more special effects, but it's a damn good film.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and the way they did the special effects was so, oh boy, so
Out of this world.
down and dirty simple. I mean, there were no green screens, no blue screens. Everything was shot against black velvet.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
Okay,
stars and such were put in later. So, love that
I'm
movie.
sorry, Dave, but I can't do that.
Yeah.
So, hi, Jay.
Hi.
I understand you're not going to be building models with your feet anytime soon. How are you feeling with that broken foot? That's Virginia killed Santa Claus.
That's my message for Christmas. The big problem is getting up and down stairs, which really freaking hurts right now. And you know, when I fell, I have a crutch, but it doesn't really help a lot on stairs. And I did get downstairs to record the short episode that I released on Friday, and that's gone over real well. The YouTube channel has now over 100 members, which is great, because a month ago it had about 20, and the Evil Duck community site has got over 100. The Google Plus site, so that's all working out real well, and it's been things are going really, really well. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get an episode shot finished for tomorrow though, so I'm probably going to have to postpone that till later this week. But it's weird because some days it's not too bad, but other days it's really miserable. I broke well, if this is my foot, you know, I broke this bone right here completely in half.
Yeah, there you go. How'd you do that?
I tripped on some stuff outside and fell.
Yikes.
And my ankle just twisted around, and the center bone has a crack in it. It's not cracked all the way through, but it has a crack in it. And up in the ankle bone, I have a hairline crack. So it's been interesting hobbling around, and they've got me in this big black boot thing that straps on real tight. They in 2 weeks they're going to check it and decide whether to, because once the swelling is down, they want to decide whether to put on a regular cast or just trust me to keep wearing this until it heals. It's the hardest thing for me is staying off my feet, because I don't like doing that. I like getting up and getting around and doing things, and it's just been driving me nuts. So I've been doing work, background work on the website, and making plans for the DVD that I want to do, and stuff like that. You know, stuff that I can do sitting down.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just recalled something on my website, but when am I going to get my parts?
You will actually. I'm casting them. I've got them all molded now.
Okay.
I did get some stuff, and I got some clear casting material. So that stuff is great. So when I can get downstairs and actually start making molds is when I will do that, and that'll be sometime this week, I'm sure, because if push comes to shove, I'll have Deanne help me get downstairs, and she can even help me mold things, because she knows how to do that.
Easy.
But everything is silicone molded, and I even have I was at a thrift store, and they had a bunch of heat seal bags or rolls of heat seal, 2-layered heat seal stuff, so I can package everything.
Right. For people who are watching, these are accurizing parts for the Well, it's that model right there. It's the Defiant.
Oh, the Defiant.
Yeah, the Defiant.
How many pieces are there?
There are 4 pieces for the insides of the engines. Then there's the grill that goes on the engines.
Mm-hmm.
There is a replacement for, I guess they're calling it the shuttle bay entrance on the bottom. There's a replacement for the bridge, because the bridge is not quite right. The Bassards are 2 pieces each.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, there's the back plate, and then there's the opaque, or not opaque, but translucent part that will glow blue. And there is the deflector, which is that funny grill thing way up in the very front.
Okay.
And 1 or 2 other things I can't. Oh yeah, the for back in that section where the section on the back that lights up red.
Yeah. That's about 10 or 12 parts.
It's going to be more like about 20, because there's those little pieces there that look like little ladders. Those are all there too. So I'm including extras of those just because if you're like me, you'll lose one. So yeah, so it's going to work out to about probably 20 parts for accurizing it, but it's going to be the most accurate accurizing kit out there, because nobody else makes the actual insides of the engines. And there's also the insides of the impulse engines. So there's a lot of parts there. So it's I'm in the process of writing the instruction sheet for it too. So.
Oh yeah, instructions.
Yeah, that's always helpful.
Oh, yeah. We don't read instructions. We just put them together.
Yeah. We don't need no stinking instructions.
It's okay. All right.
Next up, we have Mike Morgan. How you doing, Mike? Oh, you're muted. Are you? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on?
So, what you tell us?
What's up?
You tell us what's going on.
Well, man, I put in a lot of stuff this week. I'll show you guys what's going on.
Oh, you got screen share. Oh, I like screen share. Oh no, you're gonna. Oh, look at this fancy schmancy control room here.
Yeah, it's not all that fancy.
All right. Take us to that land.
Well, not just that. I've done a lot of bare metal foiling. As I've seen my code. Got the reins on the back.
Oh, nice. That's all foil.
Yes, foil. Crappy old 4-year-old foil.
Oh, wow.
And, did the brims. Oops. What?
Yeah, good job there, Mike.
The rims.
Very nice.
Here's something I did. Now, see if somebody can help me with this. I took Tester's acrylic red and mixed it with canopy glue, and I gooped it inside of the beacon itself. Let me get my. Bear with me for a second here. Wait 1 second. It glows, but how long do you think it would take that canopy glue to actually dry until it's hard?
Usually
Good for 24 hours, but I'd say in 12 hours, I think it'd be more than enough. Well, it's something you do last before going to bed. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it shouldn't take that long. That Formula 560 or 360, whatever it is, that dries pretty well and pretty quickly.
It still feels gummy. I stick this LED up there, and it's still real gummy feeling.
Well,
Not real.
it will always feel a little bit. It'll always feel a little bit gummy because it is a little bit flexible.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
All right. If anybody remembers, I cut the top of the siren on, and I took a little bit of old fun tack, and I took the end of a paintbrush and gapped a little indentation and did the same thing. I've been I did this last night. I've been kind of waiting today to do this when I was on, with you guys and seeing how this turned out.
Oh, I can actually screen share. Why don't I do that? You posted some pictures of what you're doing here?
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, Robin's shirts are really, really good. That's a great paint job, but boy, I think I could put more. Is that the way it's supposed to be?
What's wrong? Oh.
I don't know. It looks like Robin has very short shorts.
Yeah, actually he does.
Hot pants.
Yeah.
Actually he does.
That's pretty small. And I shouldn't poke too much fun because that is awfully small. And look at the contrast between the yellow and the red of his shirt. Your paint is meticulous. Your paint is meticulous. And this is the wheels you were talking about here.
I always thought that it was just we've got Batman wearing really, really dark gray or black, and Robin's wearing bright yellow and bright green. They should have just called him Decoy and let it go,
Uh-huh. Awesome.
Well, I did the bare metal foil, and everybody knows I removed that.
That looks really nice.
Okay, wait a minute, go back there. Okay,
this is the micro finishing cloth. Is this this foil? Is it adhesive on the back?
Yeah, it's bare metal foil.
Okay.
That's really old. It's like 4 years old. It's a little crispy to use.
All right. Is this what you want me to show?
No, the steering wheel. No.
Forward. Other way.
Oh, that would be all. Oh, this.
Yeah, there you go. On the 21st, when the electric went out, I was in the midst of this model, and some of it got knocked on the floor. Well, the steering wheel got knocked on the floor, and as you can see, I'm missing a grippy, so I'm going to have to sculpt me a little grippy on there. Lucky I found it, because that is just so tiny as it is. There it is.
That's small.
Yeah, that's tiny.
Yeah.
I'm going to put bare metal foil on that, too.
Is that 1/24 scale?
That is 1/32 scale.
Yeah.
Ah, 1/32. Okay.
I was in the hobby shop yesterday and saw something that I considered buying, but I don't get into slot cars. But it's it's a model kit that is the Batmobile, but it's a slot car.
I've seen that.
And it just it looked interesting because it looks like a good-looking model, but it's also a slot car.
All right. Here's also what I'm going to do to the lenses. The front is I'm going to paint them yellow, and I'm going to use a red ball. So this is another little silly thing I'm going to do. I made a little yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stick a red behind it. Now we got orange bat arrays for the front of the...
Right.
Ah, yes.
That's right.
So when it's
That's
all...
similar in what I did with one of my models. I I did not have an amber LED, so I had yellow clear paint. And I put on a thin piece of styrene and backlit it by red LED. It turned out perfect.
Well, what I didn't want just a clear lens when it turned it off.
Right. Neither did I.
You can also just dip the if you dip the LED into like Tamiya clear.
Yeah, actually, this is what I used. This right here.
Oh yeah, the Model Master. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Boy, camera focuses rather well. Stuff like that. Nice.
Yeah. But that's what's going on. Oh, and one other thing, I think I'm really rushing things. And okay, and if anybody wants to punch me when I'm going to tell them, you're more than welcome to. All right, we're back on Dracula. If anybody wants to punch me now, you're allowed to too. Because all right.
I've got models that I started 9 years ago that I haven't finished yet, so don't worry about it.
I took some advice from the last hangout I was in about painting this purple. So the only purple I had in my set over here was this purple, so I shot it on there. This is going to be so cheesy anyways. I don't think it's going to matter.
You're off camera.
Oh.
You're way off camera.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Oh, yep.
There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's awesome. But anywho, let me get down to the brass tacks. How long does it usually take Model Master's acrylic clears to like really set up to where masking doesn't pull the paint and the clear off?
About 24 to 48 hours.
I was going to say, yeah, a couple of days.
Well, that's been on there a week. And
also, too, even masking tape is too powerful.
Yeah.
What you do is you put it on something like a flannel or something and keep pulling it on to weaken the adhesion.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Well, it leaked. It wasn't a matter of pulling the paint up. It leaked. I used Tamiya on this, believe it or not. It leaked. I sanded this off.
Uh-huh.
That's well, the humidity of where you're working can have a big effect on how acrylics dry, and on top of the fact that it depends on if you're putting what is the undercoat, like the primer, what was it? Because certain paints, all clad, yeah, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna hang on to acrylic paint real well.
Well, you can see it kind of has a white ashy look.
Yeah.
Dracula does, and I'm wondering if that's a sign of the paint not cured yet.
It's possible because
or the clear, I should say, the clear.
Yeah, the all clad is a lacquer. Well, actually, all clad primer is enamel, but all clads themselves are lacquer, and they can react with the paint, but it's looking nice.
It just has that white hue, and I'm just saying it's a sign. That's a good sign that the clear is not totally cured yet.
Yeah.
If your clear is giving you a cloudy, milky, like you're showing us, it means it has not cured at all. Yeah, it's starting to cure.
Yeah, put it in front. Set it in front of a fan for a couple of days.
I even took a heat gun to it and lightly went over it.
Yeah, that can just cause it to bubble up and cause trouble.
You can see the same thing on the cape too. I rushed it. That's what I'm trying to say. Instead of just saying, okay, let's not bother this for a while. I did.
I had some yellow enamel that I put onto a model once, and it took it 3 weeks to dry hard. So that it wasn't sticky. So some paints are just weird.
So I'm also down here, B9, the medium-sized B9. And
Oh, the re-release of the original kit.
yeah, this is the re-release of the original.
Yeah.
No kidding. But I've been really brainstorming on electronics for this, and I don't like the one called TV Man. It's $50 because I think I can make the same thing for, I don't know.
Really, I don't know what you would use particularly as far as timing goes, but yeah, well, there's probably rivet counters out there that sit there with a stopwatch and counting the times of flashes.
Yep.
But honestly, you can do a 460 circuit IC circuit. It's an integrated circuit. Let's see if I can find one right off the bat here. I guess not. I'm going to go ahead for him.
He could also use a monostable 555.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This long, right here, this long piece here.
Yeah.
That is a 4060. This is a 555 timer.
Yeah, 555. Yeah.
I don't even know if this circuit works. I think it does.
He might want to try the dual 556, which is two 555s put together.
Yeah. You can also at Radio Shack you can get a kit that's only about $12 that will it has a microphone, and when you speak into the microphone it lights up. Mm-hmm. Like his chest plate did when he talked. The chest plate would flash, yeah. and you can certainly download online all kinds of the voice bit.
I'll make your own.
Well, you could make your own, but there's so many of them out there, and Bob May, who did the voice, was.
There's a soundboard. There's a soundboard you can download for free that's on his website that he did.
Yeah, he passed away a few years ago, but he was really cool because for $20 he would record your answering machine, message and things like that. He was just great.
See, I just basically for this kit, I really don't want to go overboard.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't want to do the sound thing. I'm just thinking of just getting it lit, period, because this model is so small. Mm-hmm. Trying to fight with LEDs and cables in here is just unreal.
Well, it is a considerable amount of patience, I suppose.
Yep.
One other question.
When putting lighting or any kind of circuit into a model kit, the first thing you've got to do is, as you're assembling, or even before pre-assembly, you've got to figure out where you're going to run your wires, where are you going to put the battery if it's battery pack, where are you going to run the resistors, the LEDs, the fiber optics. You can ask Jack about that. I mean, look at all of his kits he's lit up.
Well, yeah, it does take a bit of planning, which I do none of, but no, it's going to take time and patience to do.
I really don't want that base it sits on.
The base is crappy. I've got that same model, but it's included with Dr. Smith. It's the Dr. Smith and the robot model, and I've got the Robbie the Robot kit that's in the same scale, and I kind of want to.
Oh, you've got to do
a diorama of the three of them, together because.
Robot War, it's called.
Well, there's one that's called Robot War, but there was another one where they were on a.
Wasn't it a prison ship?
Space station that was a prison ship.
Yeah.
And they even the Robbie kit even includes the parts to build that version.
Yep.
Of Robbie. So I'm thinking that I've got to build that diorama. I think that would be so cool.
You've got it, man.
Is there actually 1 millimeter styrene rod, or is it just filament?
No, you can get 1 millimeter.
Yeah, you can get 1mm. I believe Omni Models on eBay sells it.
Rod,
Yeah.
not the filament.
No, the rod itself.
Yeah, you're talking about styrene rod.
Yeah, clear. Like
Oh, clear?
Yeah.
Oh, clear styrene rod. I'm not sure if that's made in 1mm, but you can get 1mm fiber optic.
Or you could salvage scraps from clear canopies off cars and stuff, and just melt it down and stretch it.
Actually, that styrene you're talking about does accommodate a 1mm fiber optic. So the inside diameter is a 1/16 of an inch. I think it's a 1/16 of an inch.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, 1mm is smaller than that. And that is what I did with my X-Wing, which is now, I don't know, it's not sure, but it does work. And what do you call it? I do have it here. It is got Plastistruct here. It's 1/8 of an inch.
Mm-hmm.
Inside diameter, I suppose, 3.2 millimeters.
Nice.
So this is
What I wanted to do with the clear styrene rod is be able to cut these out and just block off sections of them and put a light behind it, so it doesn't have to flash or anything. Just come on.
Yeah.
Just a little.
There's a,
Yeah, there you go. Now that's clear, right?
no, this is white, solid white. It's a tube. It's definitely a tube.
Yeah, but that's what I was in mind for this. That's why
Anyway, let's move on here. Poor Wayne has been very patient to show off his stuff. How you doing, Wayne?
All right. Sorry. Okay.
My two eyes.
There you go.
Okay, I see it.
There's a motor for the Tiger tank, 1/16 scale.
Oh, wow.
It's real. I found the Tiger.
That's huge.
Wow.
That's only 1/16. You can get them in as big as 1/6 scale.
Wow.
The 1/6 scale stuff is all RC and uses car batteries and stuff, you know.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I've seen a 1/6 scale Tiger actually pull a Mini Cooper.
I just asked Deanne to go downstairs and get the X-wing that I've been building.
Mm-hmm.
I've been building the Stacy's X-wing from the Pink 5 series.
Ah.
And which means it's beat to crap. And I'm in the process of beating it to crap and putting mold and moss and mud and stuff like that on it, but I can't go down and get it myself, so she's going to bring it up for me.
Name an X-wing that's not been beaten to crap.
Oh yeah, but this one is really, really bad. I might be able to show you a picture of it.
I don't know where Phil is. I wanted to ask him if he's ever built a ship like this. Is that thing? Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Has anybody built anything like this? Because I sure would be sent to the wind bin if I had to.
Jack, my uncle does stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the rigging on that thing is very intense.
I'm sorry, Mike. You're keeping back a lot. I can hardly hear this. Thanks. What was that?
I was going to say the rigging alone on those kits takes forever. You have to have a lot of patience with those kits.
I've done macrame, but that's insane.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, anyway, I thought that was posted on our community, and that was a blog Damian Murphy had posted. It looks like he builds those things. I got to admit that I have not seen Damian other than this one time, but that's actually quite impressive.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Well, and Liam Dillon got done with his Falcon, the Millennium Falcon, the toy that Hasbro has brought out.
Yeah, the big kit that a lot of modelers call it the ugly big kit that doesn't fit on a shelf.
He had done it over, and this is what it looks like. And that looks like a dining room table, actually. This is actually quite large. And he says he's finished and ready to hand it off as a gift to, I do believe, a relative. And I think he did a pretty good job actorizing it, making it look somewhat real. But he said that he has had problems with the paint. This is a vinyl plastic and not a styrene plastic. It's very difficult to paint onto. He says basically you can't even really touch it. For not touching it, he did a phenomenal job.
If you're going to repaint the kit from scratch, you might as well go whole hog. I actually have a couple of abrasive pads, like some Brillo pads, and I like the green Brillos you can get for doing your dishes. I take those and I scuff the model to break up the paint, and then I hit it with a primer, an acrylic primer, because everything sticks to acrylic, you know. But acrylic doesn't like to stick.
I just noticed something on the community, and honestly, this is the first I've seen it. A great grand slam you won't find at Denny's: toast, sausage, eggs, and Scratch and Jack.
Exactly.
Mr. Belmosen, thank you so much.
I'm gonna screen share a picture that kind of shows the X-wing here.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? It's, it was sunk in the mud and it's in real bad shape and everything. And
so she stole Luke's X-wing.
No, she has her own. It's a comedy series that is absolutely priceless. But anyway, this. Hold on a second here. Let me get back.
I love the blaster prop because you can clearly see that that's the old Toys R Us toy.
Yeah. This is what I've done so far.
Oh wow.
Looking good.
Nicely done, Jay. Is that Woodland Scenics?
Yeah, Woodland Scenic stuff, and I redid the cockpit so that it actually looked like the cockpit should look, because when this is on the base, it's going to be have the canopy open.
Only in Star Wars can moss grow in space.
Yeah, well, or moss stay in space, but I mean, just it's been fun. I haven't done the bottom yet, but the top, just beating the hell out of it has been fun.
And see, he uses Woodland Scenic. I actually use real tree moss.
Well, I would, but with my luck, it'll take on a life of its own, and
I literally just walk up to a tree and just peel it right off.
My luck, it'll take on a life of its own and start, taking over the basement. And
you see, that's what I use for the tall grass on the diorama, is the tree moss.
Yeah.
Because the tree moss's roots will actually adhere to white PVA glue, so it's once you put it down on the wood, it's really damn near impossible to pull it up.
Yeah.
But that's what I use. I use actual tree moss.
Wow. Yeah, well, you can use anything.
I use a company called Gale Force 9. I use their stuff. This is the burnt grass.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I use that for, like, wrecked tanks, because grass around it's going to get burnt, so I use it for, like, wrecked tanks, things like that. And I actually make my own. I take some nylon rope you buy at Ace, and I just put it into strips, and then I just fray it.
Yeah.
Take the frays, put it in a container, pour some white paint in there, and just slosh it around.
Yeah.
Let it dry for about 2 or 3 days, and you've got perfect snow, perfect grass, depending what color paint you put in there, of course.
Oh, and to do the pink markings that are on this thing, I don't know if you can see them very well, but there are pink markings. You know, because the ship is pink 5. I just took the regular set of decals that came with it. You know, that was supposed to be Luke's ship, and I really gently misted some white paint over them, and to turn them pink. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a fine example of technology writing a script. From my understanding, Luke's ship was supposed to be blue.
Yeah.
But they couldn't have any blue ships on or anything straight out blue because it was done against the blue screen.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now it became red.
Yep.
I think that'll tidbit. Of course, I don't think they're going to have that problem with the new movies. I think technology even evolves further from that.
Oh yeah, you can exactly match. I mean, you can have barely a shade of difference and exactly match it and such, and they're not completely abandoning CGI, but most of the model effects and stuff in the new movies will be practical effects, which is nice.
And that's one of the things that I honestly feel has saved Star Wars, in my honest opinion.
Yeah.
From the first 3 episodes, all it was, you could tell everything was practically CGI, except for the god-awful Yoda puppet that they tried in the first movie. And then you can tell everything else was CGI. You know, and it just... When I go to watch a movie... And you got to understand, you know, 4, 5, and 6 was always before 1, 2, and 3. So we're expecting it to be have the same feel and everything. Yeah. And even from an acting standpoint, I've spoken to so many actors and actresses through going to conventions and stuff, and some of the horror stories that Carrie Fisher says at conventions where they had some guy holding a tennis ball that said "bang" on it, and that's supposed to be her planet.
Yeah.
That was supposed to dread fear of her homeworld blowing up.
Yeah.
You know? And she's like, nowadays, you know, it's a great big green screen. How can you react to something you can't see? You know? Yeah. And the fact that J.J. Abrams has said that, yes, there will be certain special effects, like the Millennium Falcon flying, but it's a practical, actual set. Yeah. You know? That takes me back.
Practical models because there was a huge outcry from the first 3 chapters, which were the second 3 movies, were highly CGI'd. And at the time, again, technology, misuse of technology, I believe.
Well, see, one thing great, if they had used practical models, it might have been a better movie.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe, but part of the problem too is that the X-wings and the Y-wings and all the ships that the Rebels have, those are supposed to be old ships.
Yeah.
That are beat up and such, and they should have appeared in episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, brand spanking new.
Yeah,
you know?
brand spanking new or whatever, and
they didn't.
So they didn't. And
what killed it for me, honestly, deep down, is the fact that I knew even the stormtroopers were CGI.
Yeah.
You know, that's what killed it for me. I mean, growing up as a kid, you know, and you see a stormtrooper in episode 4, you know that was an actual guy in a suit, and they could react to it. And then, you know, of course, you know, has to come out with the newer version where I remember the original when Han went round the corner and there was 3 stormtroopers and he shot one of the poor buggers. The new enhanced one is like a bajillion in there. It's like, what are they, sardines?
There's like like 100 of them and a couple of TIE fighters sitting there, you know.
Yeah, it's like, I
guess that the practical models is what we're talking about here. You know, when CGI came out, there was even talk about scale modeling being sort of like what TV was supposed to do to movies, and now what the internet is supposed to do to TV. I think surely it improves the technology of even putting the kits together. Now anybody can put a kit together, not just the model company.
Yeah, but you see the difference between no one who doesn't know what they're doing putting a kit together and someone who takes the time, the energy, and the effort and the passion to put a kit together, you get two completely different end results.
Well, certainly.
I mean, it's like you, Jack. It's like you, Jack. When you put one of your ships, your sci-fi ships together, you put it together with such passion, you know. It shows in your work, and I do mean this, and I'm not trying to, you know.
I'm glad you think so. Actually, I'm putting it together with great fear.
Exactly. No. That's a good point. It is fear. You know, when I first started putting tank models together, I was so afraid I was gonna muck it up that my uncle would buy an extra kit, build it with me, take his kit and smash it on the floor and said, "There, now you can't muck up because I did." You know, he did it as a confidence boost for me, and God bless you, Peter, for doing that for me. You know, because nowadays I'll be working on a tank and I bugger up. I'm like, son of a paper clips. You know, and I'll build a brand new freaking, you know, new part out of, you know, paper clips and freaking epoxy resin. You know, I've learned, and these new and up and coming modelers who don't know their arsehole from their elbow, pardon my French.
Oh.
You know,
that's a bit rough.
No. I mean, think about it. They're following simple instructions, which, especially these newer stuff. I've noticed that the newer kits that are coming out, it's usually all one piece center tank chassis, and all they put is metal wheels on and a turret, and they call it done.
Yeah.
Bugger to that. I remember when I had to put the damn lower hold section together, bit by bit by bit by bit, build every wheel individually. And some kits even make the track link by link by link by link by link.
Like Dragon kits.
Exactly. Now these newer kits that are coming out, mostly out of British companies. There's a game called Flames of War. It's a small little tabletop military game. The tank kits is the lower section of the tank is already pre-built. You just add metal wheels and the turret, and you call it good. That's it. It's even pre-painted. I'm like, that's not model building.
You know, this is what we're saying even about CGI and 3D scale, 3D modeling. They say, "Oh, it's modeling. It's modeling." I agree. It's a good use of a mouse. I say.
Yeah. But you know that line in Jurassic Park where Grant says something like, "Looks like we're out of a job," and Jeff Goldblum says, "Don't you mean extinct?" That actually was taken from a conversation with Phil Tippett, because Phil Tippett was originally going to they were originally going to use 3D animation like Ray Harryhausen, and it didn't look good enough, and then someone showed some CGI dinosaurs that looked so much better. And he says, "Wow, it looks like we're out of a job." And somebody else said, "Don't you mean extinct?"
I miss the days of movies like Sinbad.
Guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to you all later.
Where it was all stop animation on the skeletons and the Cyclops and stuff like that, and they actually did a mixture of that in the first original Terminator. They did a mix of stop animation and same as RoboCop and stuff like that. And again, when I first heard that they were remaking RoboCop, I wanted to cry. Because I remember sneaking into the theater to watch RoboCop and running out screaming when that guy got dunked in the nuclear in the horrible waste and came out with like I was 8 years old. I ran away screaming. You know, and especially when the car hit him. But point is, when they said they was going to remake RoboCop, I'm like, oh, here comes the CGI. You know, and it all was. You could tell the majority of it was all CGI. Yeah. You know, and it's like, I know, just no. And then now they're talking about relaunching Lost in Space.
Yeah, again.
They're about doing it as an actual TV show, though. Going back to its roots as a TV show, and I'm like, here comes the CGI. Because Paramount's not going to pay out for practical sets anymore like they did for the original Star Trek. You know, and I still think they should bring Star Trek back as a bloody TV show. Stop the horrible lens flare movies. Just bring it back as a damn TV show. It started off as a TV show. When they made the movies, they continued it on as a TV show, and it still kept going strong. Yeah.
You know, there was even some brief stop motion in the original Godzilla.
Yes.
They wanted to do it full. They wanted to do Godzilla as a full stop motion, but they did not have the they didn't know how really.
Mhm.
They had never done. Japan had never done one like that, and so they came up with the idea of using the rubber suit, which works real well in that
Oh, yeah.
original movie. But there are a couple of scenes that are stop motion.
Mhm.
So
Oh, you know, I just did see the more recent installment of Godzilla. I got 3 good naps out of it.
Yeah.
see, I liked the brand new
I didn't
Godzilla.
like it. I'll tell you why I didn't like it. It's because I thought, oh, this is the one everybody's talking about that's so much better than the Matthew Broderick version. Well, of course it was better. It made more sense, but why is it so, I don't know, American-centric? I mean, it's a Japanese movie. Why don't you attack Tokyo? Why Los Angeles? I don't
Because
get
it was an American. Because it was an American. You have it because it was an American movie.
Okay, asking
Why
that is
why
kind of
do
like.
American movies always have to be about Americans? Can it be about the Japanese after all?
It did
Well-
start off in Japan.
Well, then,
Well,
in
certainly
theory,
it did, but it should have ended there too.
if you go in that route, Jack, why is it every villain in every 80s movie was Russian? You know, think about it. In every 80s action movie, the villain was either Russian or English.
Yeah.
You know, go figure.
Because they have cool voices.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what the terrorists really ruined. We can't dress as sheiks anymore for Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gone are the days of pretending to be Casper.
For years, I've been considering actually building a full-scale Godzilla costume.
Dude, you should do it.
I should.
I'm pretty sure that because there's some hardcore Halloweeners out there that would buy that bloody suit in a heartbeat. You know, there's the biggest demand for Halloween costumes is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Godzilla. I'm not shitting you. Godzilla.
Which my insomnia was working really hanging in there the other night, just a couple of nights ago, and I did watch the Ghostbusters, and like everybody's so young in it. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, now they're all old and they're making
they're all haggard, you know.
Yeah, and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, Godzilla, Frankenstein, and the last one is the Kool-Aid guy.
Yeah.
The Kool-Aid guy, yeah, that would be good.
Everybody wants costumes of the Kool-Aid guy.
Yeah.
And because Mike Darpino, he was working at a costume rental store, and everyone kept asking him for either Godzilla, Joker, or Frankenstein, or the Kool-Aid guy. You know, and he was like,
picture.
I don't even know where the hell to get the Kool-Aid guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You
know,
know,
that wouldn't be so. I don't know how difficult that would be. You know, those big exercise balls.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably do plaster of Paris on that ball and then deflate it. I think it'll work. Yeah, it would be a challenge, but it would work.
Guys, I just got this delivered.
Which is?
Ooh, fragile.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to find out.
Hold that up again.
Opens it up and it's a great big white.
See, I can get it on picture. It says Fragile. It must be from Italy.
Oh, Fragile, yeah.
Fragile.
Fragile.
You know, Steve Neal worked on Ghostbusters.
Yes, he was one of the hands who grabbed.
Well, he did makeup, but he's also the hand that grabbed Cooper's boobs.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She outright told the guys, because the guys working the hands were trying to avoid doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, guys, just grab me wherever. It won't look right if you don't just grab me wherever. So they grabbed her wherever.
Wherever you with the
I'm talking about Sigourney Weaver. I have to give her props because for her age, she is still smoking hot.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm sorry. She's still smoking hot, and I've been on this old Aliens kick. I've watched all the original Alien all the way up to the newest crappy one that came out.
Yeah.
And honestly, she is still smoking hot, man.
I loved her in the Alien movies.
Oh yeah.
She was actually.
And
I don't know. She was being very sexual without being sexual. You know, all sweaty and slimy, carrying out those big guns.
Gentlemen, we're supposed to be talking about models, not women.
I know lots of women who are models. So
exactly. Sigourney Weaver is a model. No, and she also lent her voice to the new Aliens video game, where it's actually a digitally superimposed Sigourney Weaver, and it's actually her voice. You know, and it's really goddamn cool. I was like, this. I was totally blown away because I was thinking it was some voice actress. Got to the end of the game and it showed the credits and it's like it was Ripley, voiced by Sigourney Weaver. I was like, no bloody way! I literally jumped out my chair and I was like,
So what'd you get, Heath?
Yeah, what you get?
Replacement model that I've been waiting for.
Okay, you gonna let us know what it is?
It's
Hang on a
Moon
minute.
Rocket.
Oh, Skyline.
Aye, Skyline.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Ah,
nice.
the R32, the car that's still banned in the United States.
Yeah.
The R31 and the R32 Nissan Skyline are still banned in the United States.
Oh, I know that. They're still banned over here. Well, they're banned in the racing circuits.
Yep, which is ridiculous. I mean, it's just a car for crying out loud.
Yeah, you know,
America banned them.
America banned them because R31s came with nitrous oxide directly from the factory.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, and in 12 states in the United States, nitrous oxide is banned completely outside of racetracks.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We can't even have nitrous oxide over here.
Mm-hmm. And the 32 got banned because what some people were doing was taking the engine from the 31 and putting it in the 32s and not paying the import tax.
Aha.
And so they would take the 32s, check the engine serial, and if it didn't match, they'd shred the car right there and then they'd crush it.
Mm-hmm.
So Nissan R31s and R32s are the two rarest cars in the United States. If you've got an R32, it's probably worth close to $500,000 right now.
Oh, we are talking about model kits, aren't we?
No, cars.
Yes.
He has a model kit up, so yes, technically models. Technically models, yes. And I know another one of the biggest crazes that's been going on right now is remote controlling model kits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd do it if I had the money. Oh yeah.
Well, no.
That's been going on and off for over years, actually.
It is this tank I've got is the early production Tamiya, and it has the actual remote control sections in it. So all I've got to do is buy the drive, and get a radio for it and everything. And I looked for it. The drive is only like $9, but the radios are like 300 and something. And I was like, what the hell? You know? It got to the point where I was like, fudge it. I'll just go to Toys R Us, snag one of the $8 El Cheapy piece of crap RC stuff, and use a radio and that. And apparently you can't do that.
Well, it depends. It depends. I mean, tanks don't have, those luxury extras like steering and brakes and things like that, so.
The luxury extras.
Well, yeah, I think RC has gotten popular all of a sudden with the quad helicopters that can take cameras.
Oh, the quadcopter phase.
Yeah, I mean, I think, what do you call it? Liam had a video. I think he did it or a friend did it, and it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, see, my problem with quadcopters and everything right now is that they're starting to infringe on the FAA. And so a lot of modelers and a lot of RC, enthusiasts are having to get FAA approval to fly even their little trainer planes.
Yeah.
And I've seen police literally just show up out of the blue, check everyone's FAA approval slips, and if not, they confiscate the models and destroy them. It's a freaking trainer. What's he gonna do? Poke someone's eye out?
Well, there's all kinds of shit going on. Excuse my francois.
Right there. Mike's got his AMA license. Yeah, see? His AMA license. They check you to see if your AMA license is up to date, and if it's not, they will confiscate your model. Even cars.
That's expired.
Even cars, non-flying model kits, they will confiscate them. It's getting ridiculous.
Well, it's a free country after all. Come on.
Well, technically,
it's free for the police to interpret the law they want, and then they elect to make people. There's nothing else I would do. But I'll tell you this though. It is to have these things flying around airports or pointing lasers at airplanes. What's wrong with people? They shouldn't confiscate their stuff. They should jail them.
Yeah. Well, if you're caught shooting a laser pointer or something at airplanes at the Kent County Airport here in Grand Rapids, you are going to jail. It's a felony. So,
Right. Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Nice, Mike.
Sorry, Mike, but yeah, there was. Oh, cool. That's an RC, hey?
Yeah, that's a trainer, it looks like.
A trainer.
Yeah. No, it's not. Oh,
Piper Cub.
oh, it's your Piper Cub, huh? Oh, nice.
That looks
Half
nice.
a Piper Cub.
Oh, that thing's gorgeous.
35. It's not quite done. Here's a trainer. This is actually a trainer.
Yeah.
That's a small one.
Yeah, that looks beautiful.
Yeah, I started this stuff a while back, and
Yeah, there's a YouTube channel I subscribe to called Flight Test, and they were talking about, they were filming, and these cops just show up and confiscate all their quadcopters,
Jeez.
and well, it's like,
it goes like this now. This is the rule. AMA allows you to fly in your own place anywhere you want. That's their new rule. The thing is, the bottom line is, use common sense on what you have. Don't buy things that you don't know how to use. Don't fly in places that are hazardous and are going to hurt other people. Duh. Don't fly in construction areas or around large buildings. Come on, use some common sense.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you something, though. Okay, you got an airplane that's remote controlled. What if it gets out of range from the radio?
That's different.
Most plane responders have a GPS built-in chip that will turn the plane around and make it come back toward you.
Well, if you can afford that, you can afford that. Not all of them do that. The new ones from Horizon do have a turnaround feature to it. But
Yeah, most of what they do, when they lose signal, they go into a circle turn to fly back into your control circle.
Yeah.
if it don't run out of power or fuel.
Yeah.
An RC controller set, what is that? 2.4 has a control range of up to 5 miles. I can't see 5 miles. I don't know if you can. I don't think anybody on this panel can see 5 miles.
I'm having trouble seeing the computer from right here, so.
But no, 2.4 gigahertz is 4.5 miles, and I know 5 gigahertz is 8.5 miles.
Yeah, it's.
But it's mostly quadcopters that use the 5 gigahertz range.
Yeah.
No, they're always 2.4. Everybody's on 2.4. It's 72 megahertz and 2.4.
Mm-hmm.
You know something, there's this big thing about these quadcopters being used by the paparazzi. You know, it seems like a movie star's waiting out on the cliffside of the California Big Sur or whatever the hell. They should hire some sharpshooters and shoot them down.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. You got to when you own things like this, even when you buy these manuals to put these models together, it will tell you got to use common sense when you build these or use these.
Yeah. Don't fly them within a certain area, certain distance of an airport.
Well, my brother had one of those. It wasn't even RC. It was an airplane that had 2 cords attached to it coming off the wing to a handle that you would tilt up and down like this. And you just went around in a circle until you got dizzy or threw up or both.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I seriously have to go now.
All right, bye.
Well, yeah, it's after 9, so.
Yeah, it's after 9. It's about to end anyhow.
Before I go, I just want to wish everybody here and everybody around the great community of both Misfit and Amazing Plastics a wonderful Christmas and have a prosperous New Year.
Yep.
You too.
You too. Bye now.
Bye.
Speaking of which, we do need to end this. It has been a while. It's been an hour, at least an hour and 13 minutes. We've had a good time. And we've had plenty of viewers, and thank you for viewing. And this is going to be posted on YouTube. So I'd like to thank Danny for stopping by. So thanks for sharing. And what's that?
Rock on, modelers.
Oh, yeah, you have a good holiday, and don't make yourself so scarce. Check in every now and again.
I'll try. I'll do my best, guys. I've been
Our
really run ragged.
next Sunday hangout is going to be the 11th of January. It's 3 weeks from today.
Mm-hmm.
Take a little bit of a hiatus, so for the holidays.
I
So
will
be well.
try and put a pin in it for that, and try and get there.
Excellent. All right, then, James. Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, you're welcome.
And you make all of your parts. We were talking earlier about parts.
Yes.
And about how these kids don't know how to put more than 10 parts together to make a model, but you have to make every single last part, right?
Every last part has got to be built from a flat piece of paper.
It's all on paper.
Yeah.
Jay, I hope your foot gets better, so when I chase you, you actually will start running.
Yeah, I'm seriously trying to follow doctor orders and relax and keep it elevated and all that other crap. So, it's just it's damned inconvenient is what it is. So.
Right. Well, we're going to be hanging out every now and again during this holiday season, but Merry Christmas nonetheless.
Yes, thank you. Happy holidays to everybody, because not everybody celebrates Christmas. So.
Bah humbug, it's Christmas.
Bah humbug. Again, I don't celebrate, but this is Merry Christmas anyway. Anyway, Mike, thank you for joining us, and peace out. And also, Wayne, thank you for stopping by too and sharing what you had. Excellent. And for all you out there, Amazing Plastic, the Google Plus community is always available. Why don't you build a model and post? Until 3 weeks from now, have a good holiday. Bye now.
Adios, muchachos.
Take care.